dangerous sport, man.
You were saying it's scarier than what you did to your leg.
It's way scarier than what I did to my knee. Because you know that the knee's just going to be all right, whereas your eye, still don't know how it's going to be. Gotta find this, I can't say. I'll try. Right, this has been fight day. It's now the next day. About what time is it? 3:36 AM. Got some Oreos. At least I got something positive there. And yeah, we're just waiting for further results. But we've got to do some more tests in the UK as well. So we're flying back tomorrow and
Today.
And we'll go from there. I'm not sure when. I'm ready to let everyone know what's going on. So thanks for the support though, appreciate it.
Yeah. If he stay here, I need to see him again on Monday.
Yeah.
If he doesn't stay here, then he must see somebody after 2 days. Okay?
Yeah, we can go see him.
Are you glad he stopped the fight as well?
Huh?
It's good that he stopped the fight.
Yeah. Of course. You should stop the fight until you are good again and until you're cleared from ophthalmology department from our side. After not this visit, after the second visit, after make sure everything coming back to normal, the vision, I think everything. Okay?
Okay.
But we didn't find anything dangerous.
Okay.
If your eye gets swollen and it gets shut, or if your nose gets clogged and you can't breathe, that you're kind of used to these things. Tom said something, and look, we got to dwell on a guy in a really bad moment, but to dwell on him, he said, I got poked in the eye, I can't see. If you got poked in the eye and you're injured, we have a totally different conversation. If you get poked in the eye and you can't see, generally in our sport, that's just something you've got to push through.
I'm not saying it's Tom's fault, and I'm not gonna, pretend that I know how bad it is or isn't. I think Ciryl made a poetic point that you have to be used to or willing to fight with one eye. I did it in Singapore. You never say I can't see if you want to continue to fight.
The eye poke, it was a bad eye poke. It really was. It was a double eye poke, and it went really, really deep into his eyes. Tom was clearly emotional, upset.
Human beings, our natural reaction when somebody comes towards us is to open my hands and stick my hands out. When I throw a body kick, when you learn Muay Thai and you throw kicks, they don't teach you to throw them like this. They teach you to open your hands, you throw your hand, you put your hands in front of your opponent's face to block them, and then you throw like this.
UFC 321 ended in shocking fashion, as the heavyweight title fight between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane was stopped early due to an accidental double eye poke in the opening round. What started as a fast, explosive showdown quickly turned into disappointment when officials were forced to rule it a no contest, leaving fans stunned and the heavyweight division without a clear outcome.
De l'issue du combat, forcément, pour plusieurs choses, par rapport à tout ce qu'on a pu mettre en œuvre, par rapport à tous les engagements, par rapport aussi à la physionomie du combat, par rapport au futur, c'est vraiment pas très satisfaisant comme issue.
Dana White called the Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane, ending an unfortunate twist in what was shaping up to be a great fight. He said both heavyweights looked impressive early, showing signs of a classic matchup. White praised Gane for bouncing back strong after the John Jones loss, and admitted that a rematch is the logical next step once Aspinall recovers, even though the outcome was disappointing for everyone involved.
What's your reaction to the eye poke and how it went out?
I mean, I feel the way everybody feels. Great showing, ending, I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah, total pain in the but yeah.
Ciryl Gane expressed deep disappointment over the fight's sudden ending, apologizing to Tom Aspinall, the fans, and everyone expecting more from the main event. He said he wished the bout had continued fairly and called the outcome frustrating for both fighters. Tom Aspinall, visibly upset, explained that the eye poke severely affected his vision, making it impossible to continue. He defended himself against boos, saying, "I didn't do the poke, I couldn't see." Both men agreed the fight's abrupt end was disappointing after all their preparation and effort.
L'issue du combat, forcément, pour plusieurs choses, par rapport à tout ce qu'on a pu mettre en œuvre, par rapport à tous les engagements, par rapport aussi à la physionomie du combat, par rapport au futur, c'est vraiment pas très satisfaisant comme issue. Donc non, maintenant, le futur, moi je le connais pas encore, c'est mon manager, je fais confiance à mon manager, à ma team et à l'UFC. C'est eux qui discutent entre eux. Moi je suis juste un...
Daniel Cormier described seeing Tom Aspinall backstage with his right eye bandaged and swollen shut, noting that while the right eye showed visible scrapes, the left eye suffered the deeper poke. He said it was clear how serious the damage was and how much pain Tom was in. Cormier also mentioned Tom's frustration with the crowd booing him. But once the replay aired, fans realized what really happened and turned their boos toward Ciryl Gane. Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen argued that Aspinall should have continued despite the injury, saying champions are expected to fight through adversity at the highest level.
Being poked in the eye is illegal, Brendan, but to fight with one eye is very common. The opponent's trying to hit your eyes, trying to bust up and make your nose bleed. So that part of it does have question for guys like Anthony and I. We're trying to be polite, we're trying to show grace, but in all fairness, if you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you got to fight with.
Chael Sonnen said the fight appeared tougher for Tom Aspinall than he expected. He pointed out that most of Tom's previous wins came easily in the first round, so he'd never really faced adversity or been pushed deep into a fight. Sonnen noted that after the eye poke, Tom's body language, pressing his hand to his eye and speaking quietly with his corner, made it seem like he had mentally checked out. In Sonnen's view, it looked like a fighter who knew he was done.
The fight was turning out to be a little bit harder than perhaps Tom had expected. I had one concern with Tom, and this is not his fault, it's because he's so doggone good, but the reality is he finished 6 guys in the first round. He's never been to a third round of a fight, just for example. So the question is, how are you going to respond when things get tough? But there was something about the way that the story was being told, the way that it was being held on the eye and never removed. I mean, don't forget, this cloth that he had in his eye contained an ice cube. This wasn't some kind of a magic cloth that was going to cure a cornea or something that was wrong with your eye or even take swelling away. It contained an ice cube. Right. And it was just being held on there oddly. Then there was conversations that were taking place. There was a story that was being told, and I've checked out of fights before. I know what it looks like.
Anthony Smith shared his disappointment with how the fight ended, saying he wanted to see Tom Aspinall tested in deeper waters. He was curious to see how Tom would respond if his initial game plan didn't work, whether he'd switch to wrestling or continue striking with Ciryl Gane over multiple rounds. Instead, the abrupt ending left him and the fans unsatisfied, wanting to see how the matchup would have truly played out.
I'm disappointed. I talked all day yesterday. Like, I just want to see Tom have to overcome some adversity. I want to see what he does when when his first plan of action doesn't work. What's he checked down to? Is he gonna wrestle? Can he compete with Ciryl Gane on his feet for 25 minutes? And I don't get any of those answers, and just like everybody at home,
Demetrius Johnson defended Ciryl Gane, saying the eye poke was purely accidental. He explained that fighters often extend open hands to manage distance or defend, which is a natural instinct in MMA and Muay Thai. Johnson noted that Gane's technique was correct. It was just an unfortunate accident.
Once again, it's MMA. If somebody's coming at me and I go like this, it's my hands coming out. It's a natural reaction. It's a natural reaction. That's one thing people don't understand. Like, when you do Muay Thai, when you kick, you need your hands out. Even in the gloves, when I throw a kick, my hands are open inside the gloves. You know, I love how people are like, oh, there's so many eye pokes in MMA. Guys, my hands are open. And people don't understand. They always talk about, when are we going to fix eye pokes in mixed martial arts? Newsflash, you're never going to do it. The reason why is because as human beings, our natural reaction when somebody comes towards us is to open my hands and stick my hands out. When I throw a body kick, when you learn Muay Thai and you throw kicks, and obviously the accident foul was an accident, right? But the way he had his hands on Tom Aspinall's face is the correct technique to do. It just wasn't his hand.
Demetrius Johnson pointed out that eye pokes have always been part of MMA, noting even top fighters like John Jones often extend their hands during exchanges. He explained that open hands are natural when throwing kicks, making accidental pokes hard to avoid. Johnson believes the issue won't truly be solved until MMA gloves are redesigned to limit finger extension, similar to boxing gloves.